Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown, where we talk about 2A news and conservative views. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name is Mike Piwowarski, coming to you live from the East Coast. That's the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most, here on The Rundown. 2A views, conservative news, and Craig, guess what day it is?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day!
That's right, folks. It is Hump Day. This is the day in which we attempt to begin the weekend, sometimes with success, sometimes not. But as we all know, the fun is all in the trying.
Yeah, Craig, I'm sitting here. I'm a little confused. I'm wearing my nice navy blue polo shirt today, but it looks like I'm sitting in a black hole. So I'm not sure what's going on with my lighting today. So, it's,
Boy, your mic is also a wee bit hot. I had to pull you down a little bit because your mic is coming across like crazy hot.
I'm just really happy to see. I'm yelling. See, look, it's a nice light blue polo shirt. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a lighting issue. I totally thought you were sitting there in a black shirt.
No, it's. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's not seeming to. No, because now my face is aglow. Oh well, that's Craig and I are these. They're made a little bit better, but we're not professionals. We just appear to be them for an hour a day. So.
There you go. We try. Give a brother some credit.
Yep.
Big stuff happening. Big stuff happening. In fact, let's go ahead and get into the news today. But before we do, as we got to do like we usually do, we got to give that shout out to our sponsors. Make it happen, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Now you can get your AR rifles and barrels right there from them, factory direct. You can do it for your next AR build or rebarrel your current AR platform. That's hitmanindustries.net. You can also get Glock barrels from them. California Republican Assembly fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. Make sure you check out the California 6th congressional race while you are there. If you're looking for the best in tactical concealed holsters on the market, get on over to Hog Holsters. That's HAWG holsters.com, hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown. It's all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount from them. And if you're looking for tactical gear, whether you're staying indoors, outdoors, maybe you're going hunting, camping, fishing, whatever you need, you can get everything but the gun from uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. Our sponsors go out of their way to help us bring the show to you so that, we can bring you to them. So do us a favor, do them a favor, do yourself a favor. Take a moment, visit their website. You can reach them by hitting the links in the description to this program. So check that out. Go there, check them out. If you like what you see, make sure you tell them it was the guys over at The Rundown that sent you. All righty, let's getting into today's news stories. This first one, once again, is I am sure that, as we all know, is probably no surprise to any of us that something like this would happen. But, they want us to believe that they're not biased. And it would really help if I didn't have the wrong actual stories there in the next thingy. Did I not update those? Well, what do we have here? There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Goes after another whistleblower. Let me pull up the story here and let y'all check it out. So, you remember several months ago there was several whistleblowers that actually came out, and they basically talked about how clearly the administration, whether it was the FBI or whether it was the IRS, was actually slow rolling an investigation into Joe Biden. Well, now, according to Business Insider, FBI has raided the home of Johnathan Buma, a bureau whistleblower who claimed that Trump world investigations were being suppressed. Now, here I'll read a little bit of the story to you. Dun dun dun. It says a squad of federal agents in tactical gear executed a search warrant on Monday at the home of one of their own, FBI Special Agent Johnathan Buma, according to Buma's attorney Scott Horton. A search warrant reviewed by Business Insider states that Buma is suspected of violating laws against mishandling classified information, and a property receipt lists classified material and possible classified material as being among the items seized. Horton said that both the allegations and the property receipts were false. There was no classified information found by the raid, he said. I know that from talking to my client. The FBI declined to comment. Now, Mike, maybe it's just me, but this seems like a clear example of they're just going after him.
Oh, absolutely. That's all this is, Craig. Right? This is more, targeting those that are providing the information that's needed to maintain a fair and just criminal justice system, or at least investigation. So there you go. This is whistleblower. Retaliation. Absolutely, 100%. I don't even know why we need to go any further with this. Let's put this guy in the front page of every newspaper. Try and get him a little protection, a little top cover, a little visibility, so he doesn't end up, Clinton on the side of the road next week.
So that he doesn't wind up Clinton on the side of the road next week.
Yep.
Yeah, this is clearly an example. They're going after him, and it's what's funny is that for the Business Insider to report on this is kind of a big deal, because Business Insider isn't big mainstream media, but they are definitely left leaning, and the fact that even they now are recognizing that there seems to be a pattern here, because if you recall. When Matt Taibbi went and testified before Congress about a number of things, including collusion between Twitter and the federal government, that was when the IRS made it a point to contact him and let him know that he was being audited.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems like with Business Insider getting to Craig, I don't know. You tell me what you think. It's as if, it's an odd place to start if you're trying to break a story, right? I guess you go to whoever latches onto the story, but this sounds more like, to me, like they went to the major networks, and the major networks said, "No, we're not doing that. No, we're not putting that story up. That's anti-administration. We can't play that story."
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, folks, if you do not understand, like I said, if you're watching this show, I think we know you get it. You know that the administration has been incredibly biased in their prosecution of Donald Trump, and their lack of prosecution into, or at least investigation or prosecution into, the Biden crime family. It's kind of obvious, and here is just one more piece of evidence: the very fact that they've gone out of their way to say, "Yeah, we're now going to raid your home," and my guess is that whatever they found. I'm not going to say that they planted it, but I would be willing to guess that maybe they found some documentation that wasn't classified that all of a sudden is going to become classified.
Oh yeah, probably such. Hey, Craig, I'm not even sure you heard what you said, but I love it. I'm going to start using it. The Biden crime family. I love it.
Oh no, that is a common thing that I use now. I refer to them as the Biden crime family because. Once again, when you go into office, when you've basically served all of your adult life in public office, earning the salary of a congressman or a senator, and then all of a sudden now you're a multimillionaire, and all of a sudden people are dropping millions of dollars in accounts, in offshore accounts with your family members' names on them. And then you're doing business or pushing legislation or advancing legislation or policies that benefit them. That's graft. That's extortion. I mean, that's bribery. I don't know any other way to put it. And then you incorporate. The reason why I call it the crime family is because, once again, the accounts have everyone's name on it. And then you got Hunter Biden there, who's your official bag man.
It's great. It sounds like, you'd expect to run into them at dinner at Umberto's on Mott Street in Little Italy. Sitting in the corner in the shadow. Big old Lincoln out front waiting to pick them up. Yeah, sounds right.
Forget about it.
Get them all. Hey. You
All
tell
right.
Donnie we said this is our town now.
This is our town now. That's the way it is.
Yep.
All right. You might recall, once again, I believe it was about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago, after working with Democrats to pass a continuing resolution. Well, let me clarify. First, you had then Speaker McCarthy go to Republicans. He had basically gotten the administration to agree to certain spending cuts, to agree to certain limitations, and to agree to certain fundings for a continuing resolution. Republicans, many in the Republicans or several Republicans rejected that deal. And so in order to keep the government open, he worked with Democrats to pass a continuing resolution that would keep spending going. Subsequently, he was removed from his position as Speaker there in the, he was removed from his position as Speaker. Presumably because he did that thing, because he worked with Democrats. Well, now our new Speaker, Speaker Johnson, Mike Johnson, has done the exact same thing. In fact, so much so that Democrats are basically saying this is a very big win. And it's a House progressive leader praises Speaker Johnson's spending proposal. Here's what she had to say about the spending proposal.
What do you think should happen?
Well, I mean, look, I think two of the big things that we wanted are in this bill. I mean, it is a big win that it is 2023 levels. That is what we've said from the very beginning. And that it doesn't contain any poison pills. And so I think those are very significant wins for us. I have had concerns about dividing up the continuing resolution into two and separating it. To me, that makes no sense. I think the only reason Speaker Johnson is doing this is because he needs to give a bone to the Freedom Caucus. I worry that it's too fiscal cliffs, but I think we're going to have to weigh the fact that the Senate seems to have not acted. And so I think it's a very big win that it's 2023 levels and nothing else. I'm going to wait to see. I need to hear from my caucus as well. We're going to have a meeting today at the Progressive Caucus, and I kind of want to hear what people have to say before I make a final decision. But I think we have been clear that their MAGA extremist agenda is not going to fly and that they need Democrats to pass anything. That is very clear.
Do you think that there's any chance?
All right, so to kind of define or lay out what she's talking about is one of the things that they're requiring is that they want to split out the spending, in particular the national security spending. Let me clarify. That's on a different item. What Biden wants to do is he wants to include all of the funding for the border, for Ukraine, for Taiwan, for Israel, all in one package, right? And Johnson is saying, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to separate each one of them out and let people vote on them separately. She's like, well, I don't understand why he would want to do that. Maybe he just wants to throw a bone to the caucus. Well, no, it's because each and every one of those are different. They are different engagements with different goals, and are in very different places. And so there are people who may want to fund 1, 2, or 3, but not fund them all or not fund others. So there was that. But in the end, they also are getting basically the same level of spending or the spending that they got before. And I'm not so much saying that this is a good thing or a bad thing. What I'm saying is the reason why Kevin McCarthy was removed was supposedly for doing this very same thing. And I'm willing to bet that Johnson is not going to be removed as Speaker.
So the issue, and I don't know if you've missed it, or because I know you and I disagreed kind of on this issue, or just blowing past it to get my reaction, but is that the same group of Republicans before that did not agree with the previous Speaker of the House. It was for a key reason that you're leaving out, Craig. Now it's much the same, right? We know that the much the same continuing resolution was put forward as the previous one that Kevin McCarthy put forward. The difference is, Craig, that the group of Republicans that they went to last time were lied to by Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy gave them an adamant, I shall not and I will not do this without your consent or approval. And then in the middle of the night, he did. This time, Speaker Johnson did not do that, made no such promises, made no such guarantees, and then didn't go in the middle of the night and strike a deal that went against the promises he made. So whereas the result is the same, it's much the same continuing resolution, there were no guarantees, promises made to certain Republicans and then broken in the middle of the night.
All right, yeah, we disagree on that. Once again, I believe it happened because they just don't like Kevin McCarthy, and that's what it all really kind of came down to. They just don't like Kevin McCarthy.
A broken promise is a broken promise. I don't know what else to
They
say.
don't like Kevin
That was their.
McCarthy. That's what it comes down to. It is a person. It is a personality. And by the way, I'm not even saying they're wrong for not liking Kevin McCarthy. I'm just saying that's what it came down to.
Well, that's your opinion, right? The rest of the opinion, including those
as
voted
is
against.
your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that the proof that you were lied to is an opinion. I think that's more of a fact.
I would state that it's your opinion because it is an overstatement of the facts.
So an overstatement of a fact is an opinion. I think that's
I'm saying that you have chosen to interpret commitments that he made or things that he had stated as that, and I'm saying you weren't in the room. All I know is what you're saying is what Matt Gaetz said, and I don't trust Matt Gaetz as far as I can throw him.
Matt Gaetz and 23 other Republicans, I believe, made the statement. So
no, it wasn't 23 other Republicans. It was only 8 or 5 that got him removed.
Oh, so you do?
I think it was the 5 that voted for. Yeah.
You do agree that 8 people believe they were lied to. Okay, got it.
Well, some of them didn't say why they voted to remove him.
So you don't know the facts then?
No, I don't. I'm not saying exactly. I don't know the facts.
Okay.
I wholly admit that I do not know all the facts.
We got 8 senators up there, 8 representatives saying that they were lied to. That seems to be. I mean, but I'm not going to run them through court to determine
you've got the majority. You've got another 200 plus who say, yeah, no, that's not the case.
He didn't
literally have another 200 plus and say, yeah, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, he didn't make the deal to them. He made that deal.
And 8. Yeah.
No. He didn't make the deal.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, listen, if you don't want to accept the fact that 8 people got lied to, that's fine. You can move on and live in fairy tale land. Right?
I can also maybe accept the fact that 8 people are lying.
Oh, so it's 8. Okay, I got you. All right.
I
got you.
I'm good. Look, either way we have a new speaker and presumably a better speaker. I just think that Matt Gaetz is a piece of feces, and I don't trust him worth a hill of beans. I think he's more interested in being a celebrity than he is in actually governing, and I think that he threw the entire Republican Party into a quagmire because of a personal issue that he had with Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, as I've said before, I disagree with you. Matt Gaetz has done wonderful things for the state of Florida and for the United States as a whole. And if you don't like that he sticks to his guns and to his politics and doesn't like being lied to, that's a quality I didn't think you had, but okay.
Well, I don't trust a liar to say that they have been lied to.
So how do you know he's a liar?
I do not trust him. Period. I do not trust him. I do not believe him to be a man of his word.
Okay. It's not just his word though, it's the words of 8 people.
And then there's the words of over 200 others.
The other people didn't. The other people, the deal wasn't made with, Craig. I don't know where you keep getting these other 200 people to get lied to. He made the deal with this small pack. McCarthy made the deal with this small pack of Republicans that had an issue with it.
Yeah. No, I do not believe them. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't. I believe that what it comes down to is it comes down to Matt Gaetz being what's the word I'm looking for? Being a piece of who he is. How about that?
That's
Matt,
I mean,
it's Matt Gaetz being who he is.
Matt Gaetz and 8 others, right? So it's. I mean, listen, it's your character flaw you have to live with. I'm fine on my end. You know?
No, hey, Mike, I'm quite all right with you being wrong.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right.
I'm wrong for listening to your character flaw. I guess I don't know.
Anyway, here we go. We have GOP AGs probe Hamas supporters. Now, this is a story that is coming out of Fox News, and in this story, what they're reporting is they say we need to root out the evil that is Hamas wherever it exists. Utah AG Sean Reyes. It says your state attorneys general should be on the legal front lines of combating U.S.-based organizations with ties to Hamas. A group representing Republican state AGs is urging their colleagues. A resolution adopted Friday and published today. The Republican Attorneys General Association calls on state attorneys general to use their legal tools at their disposal to investigate and, where applicable, prosecute organizations within their jurisdictions that provide aid or funding to Hamas or other organizations which provide support to terrorists. It says last month's senseless attack on Israeli civilians should not divide Americans, but unite us in the common causes of love, compassion, and empathy. RAGA Chairman Sean Reyes, Utah Attorney General. Now, Mike, I'm curious to know what you think about. I am all for if they are providing financial support to an organization that is supporting terrorists. Yes, they should definitely be going after them. If they are, I just think you walk a fine line. You have to be very, very careful to make sure that you are not violating the freedom of association. Meaning, if I support an organization that happens to like Hamas, or if I happen to be an organization, then anyway, it's just, I think you have to be careful with this, but I like where they're going. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and listen, we've seen this. I mean, this is not just happening out of Utah, right? This is happening everywhere. The feds keep sending money over to the Middle East with the promises of, this is going to help free the innocent Gazans, which there are none, by the way. It's going to free them and help, and that money's ending up in Iranian hands and terrorist hands, and it's going to support the terrorist effort against the Israelis. So I've got no problem being extra sensitive against these items right now. How about we put everything on a hold and we'll run it all through the special snifter test to see if it's real or not.
Right. See, here's the deal. Hamas has been designated as a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
All right. If you are providing financial resources to Hamas, you are supporting a terrorist organization. That is what needs to be investigated.
Yes. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
The federal government's not doing that. You're the support the people of Hamas from being killed by an Israeli tank organization. Here's some money. Thanks. We're going to put half of it towards rice and beans, and the other half towards rockets and air filters to get people out of the tunnels and bring weapons in.
Right, and that's what we know. Let's put it this way: the money that's supposed to be for the beans and the rice, or for the rice and whatnot, we know that money's going for food and rice, but it's going to feed Hamas soldiers.
Yes.
Or they're buying it for the people, and then Hamas is stealing it.
Or they're using the rice and beans to trade for air filters and rockets and missiles. Is what they're doing. It's that simple. It's a commodity at that point. It does, just because it doesn't have a cash on it. It doesn't mean that the commodity over there is not more valuable than the cash itself. By
the way, for those of you who do not know, Hamas was the elected government there in the Gaza Strip. They were the elected. They had a parliament and everything, right?
Yep.
And just so you also know, they did not give a damn about the Palestinian people, the people in the Gaza Strip. In fact, they still don't, because they're using them as human shields.
Yep.
Not
very
saying,
true.
It's just saying it's true. We know this is true.
It's fact.
It is fact. It is fact. Yeah. All right, moving right along, Mike. Now, this was one. I know you're going to find this one. You probably have already seen this one, but I find this video to be incredibly interesting. This was a Republican senator who was challenging someone who was from a labor union who was there testifying in front of them. Evidently, this was not the first time they had had a conversation or an encounter. Not only had he testified before the committee before, but he had also decided to follow this guy or to troll the senator on Twitter. And here was the result of the conversation. I'm sure you probably saw this.
He knows this. Here in the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish you was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your
All right.
solution every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and
You-
bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
mic.
you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
So it says here, U.S. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, unrepentant about challenging Teamster boss during hearing. I would say it was a little bit more than challenging him. I would say that dude was like, look, we could throw down right now. Although I will say this. So later he kind of changed his perspective a little bit and was like, well, I meant we could, go get coffee and talk things out. I'm like, no, dude, that's not what you said. You wanted to go to blows.
Yeah. Okay. Cool with this. It's maybe not right there on the floor of this this committee meeting or whatever this was, but he was making it clear that you want to talk crap, let's talk crap. And I think in one sentence it went from talk crap to let's go. And I think that was on the O'Brien there on the Teamster chief when he said let's do it. Because it looked to me like Mullen was trying to say, you want to talk. We're here right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's funny. I look at that and I'm like, once again, and it goes back to that thing I think we've talked about before, where people have gotten used to be able to, online say stuff and never have to actually be held accountable for it, right? Because it's online. They forget the fact that there's someone actually right there, and you and I know this. There are people who will say stuff online that would never say it to your face.
Right. Yeah, and this is it's the Teamster boss. Of course, he's a bully. He's up there trying to, get what he wants, and obviously they're on opposite sides of the political spectrum. So he thinks he could sit there and bully, right, a Republican senator. And notice the senator that comes to the aid of the Teamster, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Another octogenarian who is on the left side of the aisle. I'll give it to you. I would love to see. That what they should do is they should do a cage match for charity. That's what they should do. Just go ahead, make it happen. Two grown men, do your thing.
Yeah, let him have it.
Let him have it. All right.
Yep.
Moving right along, we've now reached our parting shots brought to you by Hog Holsters. You'll find them at hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces. Get your Hog Holster today. All right, today we've got two of them for you. This first one, I think you will somewhat recognize at least the points that are being made in it. 3 years ago today, gas was $2 a gallon. Eggs were $1 a dozen. Mortgage rates were 3%. Inflation was less than 1%. We had full employment and world peace. What happened between now and 3 years ago, Mike?
I'm trying to think. Besides, Kevin McCarthy lying to certain Republicans, I think everything's the same, right, Craig? There's no other issues.
No, there's your good friend Joe Biden actually took office as president.
Sleepy Joe, I forgot. That's right. Let's go, Brandon.
Exactly.
Hey, I will say this though, Craig. In the sake of accurate memes, the price of eggs is actually almost back down to normal now. I don't know what the chickens did different, but everything else is ridiculous. I went out to dinner. We went out to dinner Saturday night, which I can tell you because we eat the same thing when we go out, right? It's our favorite place. Let's go there and have our favorite dish. It went from costing three of us like $75 to three of us $140 over the past 2 years. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that happen in several. I mean, once again, used to be you go to a family restaurant and two of you could leave, with like if you're not getting drinks with like a $50 bill, even around 50, somewhere around $50. Now that's like almost $7,500.
Yeah, a minimum. Yeah. It's gone crazy. Yep.
All right, so we're talking about family meals. Well, this next one, it's a video, and it's not exactly family friendly, but I think it makes its point regarding the things we choose to find offensive. How about that? So, warning. If you have sensitive ears, you probably want to tune out at this point.
What really killed me was last Christmas we canceled a song that was written in the 1940s called Baby It's Cold Outside. People said that they were triggered, that the lyrics were rapey, and they had toxic masculinity. And that's fine if you feel that way, but radio stations across the country wouldn't play the song because people were outraged. Which is fine if you feel that way, but at the exact same time, the #1 song in this nation for over 2 months was Wet Ass Pussy. I'm not making that up. You can look it up. Google it. So I want to wrap up my show by comparing and contrasting the lyrics of these two songs.
Craig, I have a theory. So that's humorous, very humorous, by the way. And that guy's pretty funny. But I believe that the reason that Baby It's Cold Outside was banned because of Mariah Carey. I think she's trying to dominate the Christmas music and get rid of everybody else's. So she tried to get rid of a song from almost 70 years ago because she wants only her music on the radio. No volume. No sound. I got nothing from you.
I said I have to say that as an amateur conspiracy connoisseur, I have to say I think that's a good one.
Okay, yeah, I think she's got the power. She's got the power to do it.
She does, especially around Christmas time. I think she gains superpowers around Christmas time.
She does. It's the Mariah Carey super Christmas song power. Yep.
The more they play her songs, the more powers she gains.
The stronger she gets. Maybe this Richards will make the move and take her down. And
Good stuff. All right, Mike. Wait, before we head out, how about we give a quick shout out to our sponsors?
Let's say hi to Hitman Industries. That's hitmanindustries.net. You can get rifle and pistol caliber barrels at any length you need for your next AR build or rebarrel your current AR for your rifle or pistols. Check them out at hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly fighting that good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. And of course, you're going all tactical. You need some tactical gear, whether it's indoor ops, outdoor ops, or you're just going hunting, fishing, camping, whatever it may be. Get all the tactical gear you need, minus the gun, at uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. Please take a moment. Visit our sponsors. Their links are in the description to this program. Visit them. Check them out. If you like what you see, spend some money with them. Make sure you tell them the guys over at The Rundown sent you. And that is going to be it for today. We very much appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. By the way, I see that a lot of you are watching us on Rumble, but I see that you're not subscribing. Become a subscriber. Get the alerts. You'll know when we go live, and you can participate in the live chat while the program is taking place. We're paying attention to it. We need y'all to chime in a little bit. In any case,
There you go.
check it out. Have a good time. We will see you tomorrow.